Stop for a moment and think about the last time you felt a surge of shame or confusion around your own sexuality, that uncomfortable place where desire mixes with guilt, or where impulses seem foreign to who you consciously want to be. In my research of Jung's work, I have discovered that sexual shadow material is one of the most profound and often misunderstood parts of our unconscious that we must courageously face to achieve true psychological wholeness. Jung, through his clinical observations, saw that repressing or denying these shadow aspects tied to our sexuality leads to enormous inner conflict and hampers our individuation process, which is the journey he described toward becoming fully ourselves beyond the masks society expects. I want you to really take this in because many modern struggles with sexual identity, intimacy, or shame reflect an unconscious tension Jung described decades ago. If neglected, this tension can manifest as relationship difficulties, addiction, or a fragmented sense of self. I have pored over his writings and case studies where patients wrestled with their embarrassing desires and learned through therapy to bring these hidden parts into consciousness rather than banishing them into darkness. Jung revealed that the sexual shadow is not some evil to be eradicated, but a vital energy that, when integrated, can deepen self-understanding and creativity. Think of Jung's symbol of the shadow not as a monster, but as a part of your psyche waiting to be known and healed. One striking case study was of a patient whose compulsive sexual behaviors hid intense feelings of vulnerability and a yearning for genuine connection, showing that shadow material often acts as a messenger from neglected parts of ourselves. Another insight Jung offered is that society's taboos compound the shadow's power because what we are taught to deny gains psychic force. So the challenge and gift lie in acknowledging these feelings without judgment and exploring their origins in a safe inner space. In practical terms, Jung recommended starting with dream analysis, noticing recurring sexual symbols that often signify parts of the shadow demanding attention. He also advocated active imagination, a technique where you dialogue with the unconscious symbols or feelings related to sexuality in a meditative state, letting them express themselves without censorship. This process requires patience and self-compassion because the sexual shadow often carries deep wounds and fears of rejection. I encourage you to journal your dreams and fantasies honestly, observing any patterns or emotional reactions that arise, and to consider therapy modalities that honor Jungian approaches because they facilitate this courageous integration. Remember, Jung believed in the immense human potential for growth once these unconscious forces are no longer feared but welcomed as teachers. If you put yourself in this situation, imagining your shadow material as an ally rather than an enemy, your relationship with yourself and others can transform profoundly. As we close, know that Jung's greatest hope was for us to embrace all facets of our psyche, including those parts that challenge us most. By working with sexual shadow material, not to suppress or deny, but to understand and integrate, you open pathways to authenticity, richer intimacy, and psychological freedom. Tomorrow, I will explore what Jung said about the psychological meaning of aging and mortality, which builds directly on today's theme, because aging inevitably brings us face to face with shadow aspects and the ultimate integration of our life story. Trust me, you will not want to miss how Jung's insights on aging and mortality reveal timeless wisdom essential for your personal growth. If this conversation around sexual shadow material resonated with you, please like, comment your thoughts or experiences, and subscribe so you can continue this Jungian journey with us. Your courage to face the unconscious is the first step toward profound transformation, and I am honored to guide you through it.